Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all. Last time we saw Barry, he was dancing to ABBA last night. He spent the night with the girls, so he's a bit worn out, and there's his little friend as well. So that was a challenge to get both of those up there. It's good to see so many people here this morning. RotarySwimarathon. Back in 1989, the Rotary Club of Grantham decided they wanted to hold an event that would capture the imagination of the local community. It would involve the local community. It would make a change from the annual boxing match that had taken place. And so for the year 89-90, they thought, what can we do? And they decided to hold the RotarySwimarathon. Two of the members of the club, Barry Phillips and Bob Brownlow, are both here. I'm delighted that they could join me today. They decided this event would take place around the clock, 24 hours. The whole idea was there'd be teams of 6 people. You'd swim in relay for 55 minutes, so you can work it out, 9 minutes apiece, quite easy. And you'd raise as much money as you can. The event back in 1989 raised £12,500. They deemed it a success. And they decided that they would do it again. And again, and again, and again, and again. And I won't say again because it would go on for 22 times, because the event has now been running for 22 years. During the course of those 22 years, they've raised in excess of £520,000. All that money has gone to local charities and deserving causes linked in and around Grantham. None of the money has gone into a central pot. We can put hands on hearts and say that it's gone local. It's been raised locally. It's a local event that's got a huge reputation in the town and a wider area. This year, in 2011, the event was the biggest ever. We had 1,400 swimmers. We had 232 teams. And they swam a staggering 33,000 lengths. And that's a lot of miles. And I've forgotten what that bit is. It wasn't in my speech anyway, so it doesn't matter. But the thing is, we involve everybody. We've had a 6-month-old swimming, we've had an 86-year-old swimming, and we've had all the people in between. We have all the schools involved. 70% of the swimmers are under 16. So if Rotary is looking for youth, that's a good example of getting the youth involved in this activity. When it came to the presentation in June, we presented cheques totaling £43,000 to over 50 charities, ranging from £200 to £5,000. And I think the biggest ever donation we've given is £10,000 for a minibus for the disabled students at the college. Back in 2002, we bought a minibus for the local MenCap Centre, and that has been used every day, every year so far, and it's still going strong. In 2010, we gained international recognition, and we're very proud of it, when Rotary International awarded us the award for one of the best community events in the world. So we're very proud of that indeed. But it's the spirit of it, it's the fun, it's getting people locally to be involved. When the schools went back this September, the first thing they did was to put next year's event into their calendar. And it goes from strength to strength. Whether we can get any bigger, I don't know. We know we have an 8-lane pool now. It runs for 2.5 days. The other benefit of it is that, as Linda just touched on, we've helped other clubs to form their own RotarySwimarathon. And this year we helped in our neighbouring district, Lincoln Colonial, with their very first swim-marathon, and they've got their second book for next year. And the weekend after ours, it was a non-stop roller coaster for us. We helped the Rotary Club of Market Harborough and they had their first event, and they raised £7,000. I got an email the other day wishing me good luck for today, and they told me that they've already got next year's talk. I think you're over there somewhere, guys, and girls, so well done on it. Okay, excellent stuff. And so we go from strength to strength. And that all happened in 1989. Lots of things happened in the 80s. But something happened in 1985. And you as Rotarians will know that was what it was all about. Rotary International took on its biggest project ever to rid the world of polio. In 1985, across 125 countries, there were 350,000 cases of polio. Now, I would imagine that there's a lot of people in this theatre who know someone who had polio or have seen the after effects, etc. Okay? And it was a huge project, whether we be fundraising or actually going out there and doing immunisation. And all due credit to every Rotarian around the world who's played their part in this fantastic achievement. But as we know, we're not there yet. In 2010, we reported 1,249 cases. And this year to date, there's 358 cases. And as the slogan goes, we're that close. But we're not close enough. We have to finally eradicate it. And you may not know, but in Europe was only declared a polio-free zone in 1992. That's only like yesterday to us, isn't it? You know, all the youngsters here, we all know 1992. So we have to keep going, okay? Because it still exists in 4 parts of the world, okay? And we all have to do something different, because we're coming to the end of the matching grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And so far, Rotary International, I believe, has raised $189 million. But we need that final push, because once 2012 is out of the way, that matching grant won't be there. So we really have to do something different. Now, as they say in all good talks, don't hand the leaflet down until you've finished, because other people will read them. So I'm delighted that my colleagues have handed out the leaflets so you know what's coming next. Okay. You can't get good Rotarians now. But there we are. Right, this is what we've got to do. Okay, let's look ahead to the 25th of February 2012. Now, hopefully the screen is going to change in a minute. I must have given the wrong cue word. There we are. Okay, 25th of February 2012. Okay, we're going to have our normal swim marathon in Grantham, and other clubs will have theirs throughout the year. But we decided in 2012 we wanted to do something different. And the obvious choice was, well, it's the Olympics, isn't it? Let's link to the Olympics. The Olympic organisation thought our event was a fantastic event. It involved youth, middle-aged people, older people. It was swimming, it was sport, it was community. So we thought we'll get the Inspire mark on. But they said no, because you're fundraising. Well, I'll be quite honest, I was annoyed about that, and I thought, we'll blow it, we'll do our own thing, we'll do something bigger than the Olympics. And what we're going to do on the 25th of February, we're going to hold the Rotary Global Swimarathon. And this is where all of you in this theatre can help with all your friends and all your contacts. Because what we want to do is to raise a lot of money for polio. We want to break a world record, and we want to encourage more swim marathons in the year to come. And what's going to happen on the 25th of February, at midday to 1 p.m. UK time, we're going to ask as many people around the world to swim 100 yards. That's 4 lengths of a standard pool. Now, I'm sure if I asked for a show of hands, could you swim 100 yards, you would all immediately put your hands up, but I won't embarrass you in case you can't. And I was delighted yesterday when Mike Webb said he'd started his training regime, and I thought it was for the RotarySwimarathon. But okay, Mike, you can start it again. Okay. So that's what we're looking for, as many people as possible. We don't want you to hold a huge Rotary Swim Marathon like we have and raise 46,000. If you can, that is fantastic. We just want to keep this simple. Go and book a local pool. Get 20, 30, 40, 50 people to swim 100 lengths. You'll rubber stamp the form, you'll take a donation, say £2 or sponsorship, it'll go to your own club funds for foundation and polio, it's not coming to Grantham, and we'll coordinate the rest in terms of the records and everything else. Now, as I said, this is a global event. This is not just 1070, this is global. We've set up our website, RotaryGlobalSwimarathon.org. You'll find all the stuff on there. But then we set up Facebook, we set up Twitter, and we set up blog, and I can hear it going around the audience now. I don't do Facebook, I don't do Twitter, I don't do blog. All right? Let me be truthful with you. 3 months ago, I didn't do Facebook because I thought, I don't like it, I'm frightened of it. All right? But one of our colleagues in the club, Paul Wilson, he's into this social networking. I'd recommend it to you if you've got an event coming up. Let's put it like this. Since we've set up the Facebook, we've had 6,000 hits on it. We've got 240 followers on Twitter, and we're now blogging all around the world. Okay? So it can be done, but what that has generated is we have 26 countries interested in this event. We could not have done that through the Royal Mail or anything else like that. Okay? They've never got their plans. So, you know, it can work. And we've determined to make this work. And we've had help from various quarters, and someone said to me the other day, Roger, you're panicking. Just because enough people haven't signed up, don't panic yet. There is actually still 145 days to go. So that's 145 days for all of you in this room to think, I'm going to swim 100 metres. Now, it may seem strange, I'm not a swimmer. But in the hotel I had a personal trainer, thank you Pam, wherever you are, and she made me do 100 metres before the evening meal the other day. So I can do it now. So if I can do it, you can do it. As I said, it's around the Olympics. It's midday to 1 p.m. If you happen to be on holiday, wherever you are on holiday, go to a pool, swim 100 metres, right, and get someone to stamp the form. So if you're going to New Zealand, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's that simple. You know, what else are you going to do at 1 o'clock in the morning? Be honest about it. You know, and so far we have actually got clubs signed up in New Zealand, the Philippines, South Africa, Portugal, Hong Kong, Scotland, England and Grantham. Okay, and I think St Albans are interested next week as well. I know Spalding are interested, and Stamford are interested, and lots of people, and Melton Aurora, they've just said, yep, we're up for this. Keep it simple, and we can do an awful lot. And I should be looking at this little light on here that says, Roger, it's a 5-minute countdown, but I don't know when that started. But anyway, it's a coffee break next, so I can carry on, can't I? You know. Anyway, it's all about this on the back. All right, that's a better twirl than you'll get from Anne Widdicombe later on. So there we are. Whoa! I've been working on that one. Okay, it's going to be a huge event. It really is going to be a huge event. Everyone said what a fantastic idea it is. We need your help, please, to help communicate this message out to the world. All right. And I said at the start of this little bit, okay, you know, it all started off because the Olympics said no to us. All right. And the Olympics leave a legacy. They will leave a legacy in the United Kingdom. All right? With this event, we're going to leave legacies around the world. 1, we will eradicate polio. 2, we will set a world record for the most number of people swimming at any one time anywhere in the world. And that record at the minute is only 2,500 people. So if each of you in here bring 10 people, we've smashed it already. The third legacy is that in 2012-13, you'll look back on the event and say, hang on, that was a fantastic event. Why don't we do our own Rotary Swimarathon like Grantham and raise money for the local community? Our event is the biggest swim marathon of its kind in the UK. So there's the challenge to you. So that's the third legacy. But the fourth legacy, and the most important one of all, is that when we've completed this project of eradicating polio, we can say that every child on this planet will have a world totally free of polio. Okay, I'll leave you with this final clip. Thank you.